preview.
Alright, so the first video was new insights on HIV by Hans Rosling.
Okay, what do we want to talk about?
I thought it was interesting how he had like all the different little bubbles on the graph and showed how they were moving. That Zimbabwe and Uruguay both were rising pretty fast, like in the 1900s around there. Then when Uruguay went down, Zimbabwe kept on going up. It went past the 20% of people who had HIV. And it wasn't until a little later that it came back down when Africa went up.
I liked how he talked about how Africa gets put in like this box that they're like all really high HIV/AIDS, but that's not really true. Even within the countries, like he showed Kenya had one up in like I think it was above 10%, and then one was like lots of parts of Africa are like down at the same level as the U.S., which was really interesting. And then he showed where it was highest, and I thought it was interesting because a lot of it was in southern Africa, where there was a lot of HIV/AIDS stuff.
I thought it was really interesting that he talked about, or like showed how it's not the poor countries that have HIV. Like I thought that was so interesting. Like I always thought, like just because, like I guess I put Africa in a bubble. Like there's so many people over there that do have HIV, but you know it's not because of poverty and it's not because of war. Like I thought that was so interesting. I guess it makes sense though because it's a sexually transmitted disease. So, I mean, just being poor, like that's not gonna cause you to.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I did that too. I would have thought for sure that like lower, like the more poverty, the more AIDS. But that's really interesting that that's not the case. That was cool.
Yeah, some of the reasons why he said Africa was high because they had more partners and not really much sanitation and whatever. Hi. And I also liked how he said that prevention is cheaper than repair or curing a person.
Yeah, like he said that was cool that he said things have stopped getting worse, but they're not going to get better until we like focus on preventing it, because like once you have HIV, you have it like till you die pretty much. And it's great that they can keep people alive for longer with it, but it's still not going to bring down the like percentage of people that have it, because you have to stop it before it happens, you know.
Yeah. I think going back to what you said about how you talked about having multiple partners, like that is just like the world's way of thinking now. Like honestly, like everyone just goes out and they do whatever they want whenever they want. And I mean, I don't see how we could think that we weren't going to have some kind of problem with that.
Yeah, that's so true. It's like there's consequences for your actions, but yeah. Then he talked about, did he say 1% of the world population has HIV or something, like all of California, if it was all in like one place, and I don't know,
That's a lot of people.
that's a lot of people. Like 1% doesn't sound like much, but that's a lot of people.
Well, anyone else have anything you want to add to that?
We covered most of it.
We're good. Alright. Then the next video is how to make filthy water drinkable. I didn't quite get that.
It was Michael Pitchard?
Something like that. That was way cool. I wish I had that idea. But that's awesome. Like, I never thought about when he was talking about how when like natural disasters happen and everybody goes into those camps, like it just makes the problem worse because like things just like stuff spreads and
so many people living so close together in such awful conditions.
Yeah, like, and then I was shocked. I guess I didn't pay that close of attention when it was happening, but the Hurricane Katrina thing, that it took them 4 days to get water. 5, yeah, like, what? We live in America. Like, come on. Like, I was shocked. So, I don't know. It seems like it'd be a good idea for everybody to have one of those water bottles, you know?
Yeah. I want one.
It'd probably be a really good thing to have for like food storage and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But
I thought it was interesting how he was talking about like how other water filters only filtered down to like 200 or something.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So like nanometers.
Yeah, and then like the average bacteria, I guess, is 25 nanometers. And it's kind of like, oh, so those don't really do anything for us.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if your water is actually clean all the time.
Seriously. That was just really cool though. And then like the fact that it could be, like it was half a cent a day, like that's pretty much nothing. Like,
Yeah.
And then also I thought it was way cool that he said $20 billion and everyone could have drinking water. Like,
Yeah.
And when you think about it, I mean, if the entire world pitched in on that, that is not a lot of money.
no, seriously, I feel like the United States probably spends more than that a day, like, or an hour or something, you know? Like that is not, like, it's a lot of money, but when in this, like, whole world, it's really
Completely
not.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be worth it to save all those people.
No kidding.
So.
So, yeah.